the most important thing, the big question that most people have, what items do you need for Lara Croft?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Is that her color? Yeah, she's agility. Skinstone, she's agility. So let's talk about today how to prepare for Lara Croft. The way that you prepare for hero releases is generally pretty straightforward because we've had so many heroes released before. You can see here that I'm spinning the wheel, and while this is a Facebook and web specific activity, it kind of applies to everything. There are things that you can stack in preparation for the hero. And I'm gonna point at a marksman, and we're gonna look at Dante here for a second. Where is my Dante? Actually, let's look at Darkstar. Darkstar is fine. So you can take a look. Darkstar is an agility-based hero. Okay, agility-based hero. All of their skins require agility skin stones. So we know that Lara Croft is going to be an agility hero. So while Lara Croft is only 4 days away, it's only 4 days away. It's Sunday night / Monday morning. You need to save all of your agility skin stones that you can, and if from there, additionally save all of the skin stone chests you can, and use them for agility. Of course, that is assuming that you want to level up her skins, which you might not even want to level up Lara Croft, and that's okay. That's okay. Looking at Kira, and again, we're following a trend here. I looked at Darkstar first, and I'm looking at Kira second. You have your glyphs. Okay, so glyphs are all the same currency. Regardless of the hero, it's all the same currency. On Facebook and web, you have runes, right? You have the gray, green, blue, and violet runes. On mobile, you have rune stones and rune spheres. Okay, there's not a specific style or type of rune that applies to marksman heroes specifically, or agility heroes specifically, or heroes that have critical hit glyphs versus heroes that don't. You can stack your runes to level up her glyphs as soon as possible. Gift of the Elements, Sparks of Power, universal currency. Every hero in the game has Gift of Elements. Every hero in the game, their Gift of Elements can be leveled up by Sparks of Power. You can gain Sparks of Power a number of different ways. You get a lot of it just for leveling your Titans. Leveling your Titan's actual level, leveling your Titan's skin, leveling your Titan's artifacts, evolving your Titans. If you're on Facebook and web, leveling up your Titan totems. You also get the Sparks of Power, which you can use to level up Lara Croft's Gift of the Elements. Easy thing to be stacking there as well. And guys, I want you to remember this for every new hero release going forward. It's very straightforward, very, very straightforward. Artifact materials. Let's take a look at... let's see, Astrid and Lucas's artifact materials, another marksman hero, marksperson, if you will. There are 6 styles of currency involved here. You have the artifact essences in many different colors. You have the artifact scrolls, and you have the artifact metals. You also have weapon artifact fragments. You have book artifact fragments, and then you have ring artifact fragments. Okay, so most of these materials are the same for every hero, at least the majority of heroes. The metals, scrolls, essences are universal. You can use those to level up any hero's artifacts, including Lara Croft, including any new hero that hasn't been released yet. And of course, you can collect artifact fragments for the ring and book for Lara Croft any way that you could for any other hero. You could get them from an expedition. You can get them from purchasing them from the merchant with 400 artifact coins each. Now, the weapon for Lara Croft is unique. The fragments themselves, not leveling the item, but the fragments themselves are unique. And we don't know 100% how they're going to work. There's been some rumors thrown around that Hero Wars Mobile, you have to get her artifact weapon fragments from a special place during the event only. And it is stated that they will have the ability to get her weapon fragments in the future, but we don't know how that's going to work just yet. So that is one thing that we really can't prep for, all right? Her artifact weapon will be added to the game files sometime, but we don't know specifically when. So artifacts are a little of a curious opportunity. We have a warrior marksman here, for what it's worth, warrior marksman. There are 8 different books in the game. 8 different artifact books. She's bound to have one that exists already. I mean, we know that she's got, what, physical attack and critical hit. Physical attack and critical hit, it sounds like Artemis's, nope. Let's see. What about... Yeah, critical hit chance and physical attack. So it's this book. It's the Warrior's Code. And she also has an agility ring. Every agility hero has an agility ring. What you could do to prepare for Lara Croft's artifacts is you could save up artifact coins. You could save up you can not level up anybody's artifacts using scrolls, medals, or essences until you get Lara and then dump them all onto her. You can save all those up. You can save up any ring fragments, agility ring fragments that you like. See, I'm 22 out of 3 right here. I could evolve Daredevil's ring right here, but that's 22 agility ring fragments that I could use for Lara Croft, and I will use for Lara Croft. That's what I'm going to do. Sticking with Daredevil, okay, there's a really good reason why I'm sticking with Daredevil. On Facebook and web side of things, and this is Facebook and web specific, guys, the Ascension materials are all the same. They're universal. She requires the Star Mana as well as 3 different tiers of agility crystals, and Lara Croft being a marksman, she will require insignia for marksman. All right, you can level those up in that way, and you can save those. Like, for instance, right now I could go in and dump a ton of agility crystals leveling up somebody's ascension. I don't know, like Ishmael. I could level up Ishmael's ascension right here, and I could also dump all of my marksman insignia on a hero that I could be leveling in the future. Like, taking a look at Kira, for example, or how about another marksman that I've got leveled up somewhat? Zhu is a marksman. You can see I've got 3,000 of these violet marksman insignia right here. I could be utilizing those insignia to level up Zhu or heroes like him, but I'm going to save those insignia pieces for Lara Croft. Those are universal resources. Now, over on Hero Wars Mobile, the unique resource for Hero Wars Mobile that's like the Ascension stuff are the meta cubes and the crystals. The crystal that you use to level up your hero talismans and your meta cubes to reroll your talismans, those are universal currencies as well. So you can sit on those, not spend any on existing heroes that you have, and dump them into Lara Croft's talisman when you get Lara Croft's talisman available to you. It's mastery crystals. Mastery crystals. You can save up mastery crystals. But the most important thing, the big question that most people have, what items? What items do you need for Lara Croft? And the reason why this is the most important thing is because you have a finite amount of energy. It caps every day, right? You need to log in 3 times per day, collect the energy. You need to spend the energy. Not only do you need to spend the energy for daily quests, you also need to spend the energy to get guild activity so that your guild maintains its level of activity, right? So you might be asking yourself, how can I save energy that I'm earning day in and day out for a hero like Lara Croft? Well, Lara Croft is a marksman, agility hero, and she is a critical hit focused marksman. So narrowing it down from any kind of hero to agility hero, narrowing it down to a marksman, narrowing it down to a marksman that uses critical hit. You can go and you can take a look at a hero that is a marksman critical hit specialist. There are only a couple, guys. There are only a couple. The big ones, the ones that are the most popular that people are going to think of the most on Hero Wars Mobile for sure, Artemis, right? Artemis is she is an agility hero. She is a marksman first. She does have a good amount of critical hit as a stat. She's got it as a glyph. You can also take a look at a hero like Daredevil. Same deal, critical hit glyph. You have agility hero. She's a marksman style hero. So you can look at their items and you can kind of compare and contrast them and think, hey, you know what? I think I have an okay idea of what kind of items I could be needing for Lara Croft. So what I did is I took a screen grab of orange +1 Artemis and an orange +1 Daredevil, okay? Just as a little bit of an example. So the one on the left, and the reason why I'm doing orange +1 is because that's the tier of pre-order that I'm gonna get for my Lara Croft. So taking a look at these items, okay, we have some similarities, we have some differences. You can see Artemis has the axe and the bow and the staff. You can see the axe and the bow again here, right? Axe and the bow. You can see on Daredevil, we got 2 kinds of swords, a different kind of staff. And we also have the axe and the bow, right? Axe and the bow, right? Okay. Now, orange items, we have the 3 spears, the single spear. I know these all have names, but whatever. And then we have the trident. Okay. We also have the trident and the single spear here. We have the orange axe, and then we have the feathering, whatever it's called. Looking at Artemis, we have some overlapping orange items: the triple spear, the single spear, and you have the feathering right here. If I were looking for ways to spend my energy right now, I would be buying these kinds of items. I would be making sure that this item right here, the 3 spear item, whatever it's called, and the 1 spear item, I would be making sure that I had 1 or 2 of those already. That's what I would be spending my money, my energy on, I should say. Gigabyte, yeah. So we do, by the way, we do have the leaked shop, which I'm not 100% certain that this is actually going to be the case here, but Loadrunner did leak this shop a little while ago, and this is the Heidi shop that was leaked that, you know, they're using as a placeholder. There are some items in here that you could consider, but again, some of these items are not marksman items. I don't know if Gigabyte, this is what you're referencing here, but these are like mage style items, more with a smattering of universal in there. You know, you have Lamorts as well as the Lycanthrope things both in here. So unless there's another leaked shop that I'm missing, which I definitely could be happy to share it if I had it available. I don't think I do. Do we know what Laura's max stats are? I know what they are on Facebook and web, Tim, but I don't know what they are on mobile just yet. What I'm gonna do personally for energy, right? If I've got some energy to spend, I'm looking at marksmen that are critical hit heroes and the orange +1 and higher items, because I'm getting my Laura at orange +1. So I'm gonna make sure that I've got one of these tridents leveled up, right? I'm gonna make sure. Let's see. I got plenty of those. I got that. I'm gonna work on this item right here. Yeah. So I've got this too, right? I got the whole thing. So I got the Aquance trident, right? If that item is necessary for orange 1, I've got that one built. I've got that built already. Let's see. I've got plenty of those. I've got that built already. All right. The sword. Yep. I got one of those and I have room for more. This sword looks like I have 8 of those swords, right? So I should have the items for orange 1. You know, and I can take a look at orange 2 as well. I've got 9 of those, 5 of those, right? It's the same deal. You know, I should have a lot. And then taking a look at, you know, so that was Daredevil, and now we can take a look at Artemis, for example. Same kind of situation, and the main reason for it is both of these heroes, both Artemis and Daredevil, who I think that her stats are going to be the closest to, they both require these 2 spear items, the Hylian Harpoon and the throwing knife. I guess those are knives, not spears. There's a lot of overlap. And for what it's worth, Tim, her stats on Facebook and web are closer to Daredevil than they are to Artemis. But Artemis and Daredevil have different skins on mobile than they do on Facebook and web, so it's hard to say. So that's how I'm prepping. And I know we're just like 4 days away, right? It's just Sunday night / Monday morning. So you really can't do much more than that. But in the future, if you're curious on how to prep for a hero, this is how you do it. Orange 3 and 4 seem harder than red levels. Yeah, sometimes they are. It's going to be about 200,000 skin stones. To get her all 4 of her skins maxed on mobile. It's going to be 35 plus 110 plus 110, 220, 250, about 250 to 260,000 skin stones on Facebook and web, because her skins are double the price on Hero Wars Facebook and web.